seeing your relationship of your parents, did that ever, like, in your head or in your heart make you feel like, oh, you know what? True love doesn't exist. If my parents can't get along, if they can't love each other, then there really isn't anything to like look forward for. Did you kind of like close yourself off to love in any point because of that?
Honestly, yeah, I think that that definitely had a lot to do with it because whenever guys try to talk to me, I always just think, oh, even if we get married, even if we have kids, no matter what, it can still be bad.
Yeah.
It can always go left. And so I always just try to protect my peace by just not even dealing with that type of stuff, honestly.
Did you ever have a moment where you brought it up to your parents like, hey, I get it, like you guys are acting this way because out of emotion, but this is affecting me this way? If so, how did that conversation go?
I remember, I'm not gonna lie, all the time, whenever they would fight, I would always cry. It always was a very big trigger for me, and especially whenever I went to school. In elementary school, I first went to school at Silver Lake Elementary, the small school in Pearland, very diverse, very great. Whether they're going on a date night, they got each other this, they got each other that, and I'm like, I go home, and I'm just like, please stop fighting. I
Yeah.
remember always crying and asking my mom, like, please just don't even give him the reaction he wants. Like, leave it alone, please. I'm begging you. A lot of things trigger me. A lot of fighting, arguing, all that kind of stuff would always just really upset me. Like, even if I'd see like my friends argue, it would always just remind me of my parents, and I'd get really upset, and it would just make me cry.
I can't relate to you in the divorce as kids, but growing up, my parents were very abusive verbally and physically. And I feel like growing up, once I was able to move out and really create a home for myself, even going to my parents' house was a trigger. Like, even if they weren't arguing, just the way they talk is very loud, and it would make me like fucking get PTSD of like, oh my God, this reminds me of my childhood. Like a fucking fight's about to break out. Like, why are you guys yelling? And I feel like now as an adult, I'm like, you know what? I've been able to create my own peace that like, I feel like no one fucking is able to disturb it. Do you feel like now as an adult, you kind of gravitate towards like, you know what? I'm going to do with whatever is peaceful for me, not for my parents?
Oh, absolutely. Like when I tell you, I literally moved out 2 days after turning 18. Like I've always told my parents since I was like 13, I was like, as soon as I'm 18, I am out. You guys are toxic. You guys get on my nerves. You guys control. You guys abuse. I also can relate to the verbal and physical abuse as well
Yeah.
from my parents. And that was very hard for me to grow up with. And so I always knew as soon as I was an adult, I am out of here. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I did
We'll
it.
figure it out. And you
Exactly.
did. I
Yeah.
love it. What is a piece of advice you can give anyone watching right now that is currently going through like their parents' divorce and feels like it won't get better?
I would honestly say just hang in there. I know it may be super hard, but it's not your fault. You know what I mean? Nothing has anything to do with you. And I feel like as long as you stay true to yourself and you focus on what you love and just try, honestly, my